stalling just a bit, trying to give them time to come in. Where is Jason?
Okay, good. Apologies about being late. I had errands to quickly finish up.
And with that, we are live again on Crone's Crucible. As usual, since we seem to be the hard luck crew, we've got several things going on with people who are trying to get here and they're having various difficulties. And so we are going to be on just avatars for a bit until we get our last members up and going here. We're still missing a couple.
Shame on them for being late.
Okay, so I can hear myself coming back on somebody's speaker, so I need somebody to turn their speaker down. Last week, when we left off, we had quite a bit of interesting stuff going on. Let's see, we had, and I'm still hearing myself, which is distracting because there's a gap between it, so it distracts me.
Alright, so it wasn't me then.
I won't push
it's
talk.
me either. I'm pushing
Do
talk.
you have the Twitch thing unmuted on your side?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to be helpful on that one. I was like, because that's the only way I would think the sound was coming through.
Anyway, when we left off last night, or last time, it was rather dramatic what was going on. We had a situation where Night had fallen in force and it was quite dark. Only rarely does a quartering moon peek out of cracks between solid clouds in an attempt to hide from Strahd, who's reported to potentially be visiting the abbot tonight. The Dawn Watch and their companions have left the monastery to hide below in the town of Krezk. But things have not gone exactly as planned. They were unable to locate Monarch, their halfling companion, before they fled the monastery, and they were forced to leave him behind. They're trusting the abbot to keep him safe. Once they reached the town, Apotus chose to house for the night with the burgomaster Dmitry Krezk. But the rest decided to shelter near the Shrine of the White Sun, hoping for its divine magic to dissuade Strahd's forces from approaching too closely. Vlad, hoping to keep watch outside the small magic hut that Sylvia set up, melded into the stone of the Morning Lord's statue to sleep. About midnight, things began to go awry. Victor awoke in a cold sweat, a voice in his mind he'd not heard in decades, and the voice whispered to him, encouraging him to leave the safety of the tent and walk outside for fresh air. His upset alerted his companions, who attempted to secure him, but as his agitation grew, he broke loose and a scuffle ensued. Sylvia cut her own hand to use her blood to refocus him, and Dirok is now attempting to keep him from fully attacking her. Outside, the loud noises alerted Vlad, who left the sanctuary of the stone to investigate. He spotted a dark form slinking from tree to tree, well away from the blessed pool. But his first thought was to calm or heal the injured people inside the hut. Meanwhile, having received word from his magic steed that a huge force of large wolves was moving rapidly towards the monastery, Apotus made the decision to single-handedly perhaps try and kill Strahd. Monarch is still nowhere to be seen. And that is where we pick up tonight. Does anybody have anything they want to add?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna die!
Last week, I had said that I began to cast Magic Circle, a 3rd level spell. However, as we discussed after the game, I have no point to focus it on. It needs to be cast on a point I can see within range, and since I can't see within the tiny huts, I would say I'm asking whether or not I would still expend the spell slot if I don't have a base to cast a spell on.
After our debate, I decided to relent and allow you to retcon the activity, so you may start again with your activity that you would have done, which I believe was the last. Well, Victor's was the last on the turn order, but yours was pretty much the last. You are welcome to recast whatever you are going to do. Now, the circle on this map is to scale. It is the circle of the force field that is called the tiny hut, so that you have an idea. The map is reasonably to scale, although the character pictures might be slightly out of scale, but pretty much this is to scale tonight.
Instead of simply being on the outside of the hut, Sylvia, what is going on in there?
I'm just gonna like mad cackle as a reply, because right now I'm still hoping that Durok can keep hold of Victor.
Alex, answer me. Alex isn't here, never mind.
That's why I started laughing.
My God, he's dead already.
Damn it. This is so bad, and there's nothing for me to do. Alright.
You went to bed in the statue.
I didn't think that Victor was going
You
to go
split
rabbit.
the party
Anyway.
regardless.
That's all I'm doing on my turn.
You Scooby Gang this.
One of
Both
one
you
of
guys
these
Scooby Gang
days, one of these days, the players will learn never to expect anything. Expect the worst; it will probably happen. So we are at the top of the turn order, and that dark form that has been skulking along has moved very slightly. A comment on it is that the form seems to be just moving across at the same level from north to south. It's not approaching any closer, but it is moving around and hiding behind trees and doing things.
You said it was moving north generally this way?
No, it's not moving closer. It's moving from east to west. And it moves back and forth between the trees from east to west. So
Vlad will, on his horse, Vlad will move to about here.
not until his... Okay, all right. We'll say you did that on your turn.
Yes.
Did you come out of the statue and... Because that would be movement. Did you come out of the statue and do your action banging on
Red
the...
plant.
I don't think you have movement. I think you're still up there at the north of the thing. But you did spot the dark form as you came out. Dirok, what are you going to do?
I know vampires don't need to breathe. Can they still pass out?
You don't know.
Not from lack of air, but lack of blood to their head.
No, they are undead. They don't need... That wouldn't apply to them. And
I'm gonna do it anyways.
Trying to figure out why our overlay is showing the old overlay when it should show the new one. Oh, well. Lovely. Everything goes wrong.
I am gonna keep my grapple. Instead of around his waist, I'm gonna go up to his head and then apply a coquina clutch. And I think I have to roll a strength thing, or because I'm still grappled, do I have to re-roll that?
I believe you were grappled at the end of last week. Victor...
I was. I never... Yeah, I never let go of the grapple, so I wouldn't have to re-roll a grapple check.
You don't have to re-roll it until he tries to break out.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm just keeping him grappled then. I'm keeping him on the ground, grappled. Basically a rear naked choke, so that he can't try to bite me. I don't know if that's effective or not. But yeah, that's pretty much my turn. I just keeping him grappled. I don't know what else I can really do.
Very good. And I do not understand this. Hold on just a moment, guys. I gotta look something up here that our video isn't showing our new overlays, and I would like to know why. Because it ought to have the new ones on it.
Sure. While we're waiting, I guess I'll just yell at Victor. Get a hold of yourself, Victor! Get a hold of yourself!
Yeah, I mean, it's really, you don't want Evodas to do what he's doing, and you also don't want him over there.
I swear to God, if Strahd doesn't kill you, I will.
That's the thing. We don't even know you're going over there.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Yeah, there's too many trees.
Okay.
Though I figure once he gets to about like here or here, he's probably going to be high enough that you're going to be like,
Oh,
wait,
God damn it.
there's no other dragonborn in this freaking realm.
Would
Yeah.
it be bright enough for us to see that, though? Because it's supposed to be the dead of night.
I shine with righteousness.
Also, he's covered in metal. He shines pretty well in the moonlight.
But I thought, like, there's no...
There-
I thought
yeah,
it's
so-
overcast.
There is moonlight tonight, is what our precious GM said.
Okay.
A little bit of it.
If only.
Occasionally, it's quite dark, but occasionally a little bit of light peeks through.
But,
It's
Hey,
not real
you know
good light.
what? At least I'm not pulling a particular maneuver known for somebody from a previous game of mine. I don't have the MacGuffin with me when I go do something stupid.
True.
We didn't give you the sword hilt yet.
Exactly. So if something happens to Epotus, hey, you still have that.
Right? Who does have that? No, that
My
would,
turn.
I think.
Victor still has it,
Is it
I
my turn?
believe. He still has the hilt, right? If that's what you're talking about, is the MacGuffin on this.
No, I never had the hilt. I have that axe.
No, yeah, he has the axe. It's lit. Yeah, Sylvia has the.
Yeah, Victor wants nothing
Okay,
to do
Sylvia
with the
has.
hilt.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Sylvia has the hilt. Okay, there we
So-
go. And I found the correct video, so we've got the right overlay now with the new images, which is what I wanted.
Hey, there we are.
So they'll be looking a lot better. All right. So Dirok is maintaining his hold on Victor. Epotus, what are you doing? Just
What's the likelihood that I could cross country this?
It's fairly steep. It could be slid down, but not climbed easily. And
Okay.
also, I need Epotus to give me a perception roll, if you would, please. And I need to get some kind of video over because even though we seem to be missing Jason, because we need to see these rolls. His roll was 15 on perception. Through the trees to the west of you, you can see something darkly prowling over there. You are able to spot it as it moves in line of sight briefly from time to time, so you are aware that something seems to be moving in on the hut, and I am assuming you had some idea where she put the hut up.
Oh. Epotus will... For right now, onwards. He kicks the horses.
Ribs?
He heals up and keeps
Don't
going.
you know you never split the party?
You don't,
That's
you, you,
Genghis.
don't, you, don't, you don't get to talk.
Oi, I haven't done that this game.
I get to talk. I said I wanted us to stay together.
We've been playing for 5 minutes.
5
Yeah.
minutes and we already made terrible choices.
Absolutely. That's why this episode tonight is called The Night of Bad Choices.
Careful, Lindsay will be replaced as a prime bad choice maker.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Sylvia, what are you going to be doing? Lynn?
I think her roommate had her attention for a moment.
My roommate was calling loudly for the cat, and I'm like,
Told her you're busy being a nerd.
Yeah, no. I did not make a. Where did I put that stupid ability? I don't think I put it in the thing yet. Oops, that's all my fault. 1 second, cracking open the book.
For a reminder to the DM that I do recall, excuse me, I do recall Alex cutting his arm to also try to distract
Yes, he
Vlad,
This is true.
or not Vlad, Victor.
Yes, he did.
You're my secrets.
He did. I'm just skipping his turn for now. He
Yeah.
has stepped into an alternate realm for the moment because he is missing. We don't know where he is. But it is Sylvia's attempt to manage it. She's going to have to manage Victor on her own
Okay.
here at the moment.
Okay, so
Dang, I forgot. I did forget something. Never mind.
I'm gonna try something. I haven't tried this before, but I believe I can, because huzzah, level 7. I am going to start, not singing badly, but doing a series of limericks and song jingles to start casting Counter Charm to see if that can snap Victor out of whatever state he's currently in.
Okay, so you're beginning
counter-
a kind of a ritual.
Yeah, it says you're at 6th level, you gain the ability to use musical notes or words of power to disrupt mind-influencing effects. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have an advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. A creature must also be able to hear you to gain this benefit. Performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or if you voluntarily end it.
This would fall under a charming category, so this
Yeah.
would definitely apply.
Since I'm also doing weird jingles and limericks to do this, part of those limericks would also be to shout out about a sire in the area, because I'm gonna go with that. I have heard Vlad, so she is recanting the information that Victor had growled out and is openly going, "Hey, I heard there's a sire in the area. You might want to be on the lookout." So yeah, so she's doing this to counter charm for Victor, but also get the information that's needed to Vlad since she's heard him outside.
Very good. And so we'll let you cast that for one round, basically, one turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
really
just-
a
it's
spell, it's an
it's not a-
ability.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cantrip, but
It's a class feature.
Very good. I'm just asking how long it will take to cast it is all.
yeah.
And that is fine. I'm getting the last video in position here, and we should finally be able to see everybody. There we go. There's a Kyle. Now, so she is busy casting this. Vlad, what are you going to do?
Well, first, I just realized that I never rolled my hit dice for a short rest. So, is it possible for me to do that now?
No, not now. That's you have to state that when you're doing
Okay.
that. So,
In that case, hearing this, Vlad is going to slap a first level healing cure wounds on himself.
okay. So you
Wow.
have 3. Let me get the dice roll
3
box.
plus 3, 6
Active.
extra. Because life cleric. And then hearing this, Vlad is going to take off 40 feet towards this figure.
All right.
So what Sylvia and the rest of the people in the hut here is just hooves galloping away.
Oh God, he's leaving us.
Yeah, I mean the one side benefit is that those in the bubble are protected. Those outside the bubble can't get the spell because spells can't pass through that hut.
Not a spell.
Oh no, I'm saying. Oh yeah, so technically would if he's within he stays within 30 feet. Boop boop. Thank you.
Okay. So we are up to Victor. What are you doing as you thrash about?
So Victor starts kind of humming along like, so, how do you want me to handle the reaction to that effect?
When she actually casts it, I believe you'll have a throw that you will have against it, a roll that you'll have against it.
Okay, so you want me to do what, a wisdom save?
At this point, you're not doing anything because she's casting the ritual at the moment.
Oh, no, it's...
Okay.
So what Counter Charm is? It's an ability. It's... You pop it, and it lasts until your next turn.
She said that she had to take a turn to get it enacted. So it
No,
is
no.
not...
It by the time my turn comes back around, I'd have to either do it again, or it ends.
All right, so
It's
it is...
just an action.
All right,
Yeah,
that's what I was asking about. Is it a ritual? Do you have to cast it? All right, so
It's
it
not a
is...
ritual.
No, sorry.
All right, what does he cast against it, or does he have a roll against it?
He gets a bonus to saving throws that of charmed. So if he's like, let's say the sire is trying to charm him out, if he rolls a saving throw, he gets, I guess, he would have advantage on saving throws.
Very good. So I need...
So she's not 100% sure what's happening with him, but she thinks it might be some sort of spell or charming effect, so she's just trying to counter whatever she can. If it doesn't work, then back to the drawing board she goes.
All right. I need Victor to roll a wisdom save against the persuasion that this spell is doing.
Sure.
Suddenly, the song intervenes between what you have been hearing in your mind, urging you to come out of your protective barrier, and the clouds begin to clear in your mind, and you are aware of yourself and your companions again.
All right. So Victor has like a moment of lucidity where he kind of partially stops struggling against D-Rock, and he kind of gasps out like under a lot of strain, saying, "My sire, he is out there. I am a slave to his will while he is in this place. Normally, I would have to drink his blood, or he would have to die for me to have my freedom. I grew on my own."
Get this man an Emmy.
I was going to say he needs some kind of award for that performance.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Oh wow.
Blood!
Didn't you already have a snack? I mean, Jesus, I lost like how much HP?
Actually, that was quite a bit. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That was the first way she tried to snap him out of it.
Very good. So he is now trying to gather his wits, and for a moment the dark form stops as if it's a little confused, and it like sniffs towards you, Vlad. It feels your presence coming, and it begins to move away from you. And D-Rock, what are you going to do?
Victor had stopped moving or stopped struggling, right?
Yes.
I take that as a sign that I'm actually winning. What I'm doing is working. And I'm just going to keep the grapple, not going to take any chances. And I look off to my side, because obviously I had my hands free. That means I dropped my blessed stake, and I yell for Sylvia, "Sylvia, grab the stake and press it against Victor!"
And for the viewers, that is an S-T-A-K-E, not an S-T-E-A-K. He's not throwing raw meat
Nope,
on it.
I'm giving them blessed T-bone right now.
I mean,
Woo!
if you press like a raw steak to my mouth, it
Yeah.
might help.
Yeah.
Get Alex over here. Get him over here right now.
Okay.
So, since I have to keep up a performance, I guess I'll have to wait. Because I can't stop.
Yeah, I'm under the assumption, like, Seeley, I'm under the assumption that you have to do this. You can't do anything else. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is just in case, he starts to struggle again. Go grab that steak.
And
Well,
Otis,
if anything,
what are
I
you
guess
doing?
Sorry, go on.
Let's see. We're going to do. Well, I have no idea. I saw that, but I know there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
So, 20, 20, 20, and then 60.
Right.
You're
At that point,
dashing,
once you get up there,
wow.
you can probably see Vlad on his celestial bright horse charging towards this cloaked figure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would now be above the level of the trees. You would be at this point you'd be about 150 feet up. At the end of this loop, you will be 200 feet up. So you will begin. There we have our missing person. I'll have to redo the videos again, but
Sorry, my bad.
yeah, you would very clearly see the shining steed that Vlad is riding. You would be able no, you can't see the hut. It looks like a bush. And you would clearly be able to see this dark form moving between the trees. So things are in your view now as you get up higher. All right.
They may be in my view, but they're not my objective.
I understand. I'm just giving you the picture of what's going on. Alexander, for a moment, Victor is lucid because of what Lynn is doing. He is not screaming at the moment, and he's trying to regain his composure. The creature on the outside of the hut is moving away from Vlad as he moves in, and so it is relatively calm, although tense, inside the hut. Epotus is about halfway up to the monastery, and something is going on outside. You had cut your arm last week. What are you now doing? It is your turn as you come in.
I also did just yell, grab the stake and press it against Victor.
Sorry, I'm just dealing with fucking chaos in my hand. Sorry, excuse my cursing. Okay. Get myself into character, get myself into the scene. My dog banging at the door. You can deal with it.
Motivation! I need my motivation!
See, I missed the session, and I watched some of it, but I didn't watch all of it, so I don't know how tired the party is right now.
Tired. We haven't rested.
Okay, haven't had a sleep, or beat to within an inch of your lives. Because we're basically vampire hunters. Why are we afraid of killing a particular vampire?
Because he's our ally, and it's not.
Not that vampire.
Because we can't take on an entire army on our own?
Yeah, we haven't had evidence of an entire army. We've had evidence of one.
Okay, to recap, since I know you were here, we know that Strahd is on his way. Strahd brings a small army with him. We know that because of what we were told by the
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
You're talking about this one that I'm chasing down right now. There's nothing stopping us from killing him.
I'm talking the one that we know about. We know Strahd's coming with a lot more, but we don't know where, when, how. We know there's one person relatively near us and a party member who is going full-on frenzy to try and kill him. Maybe we lead into that idea. I don't know.
We were trying to just stop our friend from walking out the front door. That's kind of the main objective there. So what's stopping us from killing this guy? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
we weren't going to let...
We were a little occupied.
We weren't about to let Victor just run out into the middle of God knows what, not knowing what else was out there. Like, we don't know exactly where this dude is. We don't know if there's wolves in the shadows.
He's in the mini-map. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but it's also exposing us. Like, we are not ready for Strahd, let alone any of the minions that are with him.
Well,
we have been beaten down to death. I have, I shouldn't just say me, but like all of us, we have all taken damage. We have not received any rest benefits. We are not ready for a fight.
Okay.
True, but
do what you want.
Yeah, do what you want. Just
so Alex is going to say this. Okay, I'll roll this back into character. Yep. So now that Alex can see that Victor is semi-lucid, Victor, what the hell was that?
I am trying to resist, but you must kill him.
Him being
my sire.
That's actually pretty good motivation, guys.
Not when Strahd is here.
I can't help but leaving here is a bad idea for me. It's a really bad idea for me.
Hey man, there's a bathroom on the right.
Okay.
Alex, okay, everybody, quiet for a moment. Just listen,
I'm yelling, trying to keep him.
Dance and smack Alex in the back of the head because the only thing that's stopping Victor from losing himself again is the fact that I'm still doing this.
I didn't know you were doing something that was making noise. I was not. You were doing something. Is all I heard.
Yeah, no, I did counter charm, which has to be done by performance.
And Victor's
She's
humming
basically
along.
singing him to lucidness.
I forget. What are the rules about being able to come in and out of the tiny hut?
You and everyone except the caster can come and go as you please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the only one who has to stay put. If you want that, like, duck in, have shelter, duck out.
Sorry. Alex is going to take this opportunity and he's going to step out of the tiny hut as carefully and quietly as he can, and he's going to try and hear what the heck. Like, he knows there's something going bump in the woods. He wants to possibly triangulate its position, possibly figure out what it is. You know, possibly figure out if there's a whole army of Strahdlings out there, or if there is one particularly dangerous vampire.
Well, you can see Vlad charging at something right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By
Vlad
the way,
is,
I'm sorry
Vlad's
I'm
pretty.
late. I've been having a lot of trouble.
That's fine. Don't worry about it, Jason. Just go on with the story. Vlad
Yeah.
is on a shining steed, so you can definitely see him moving through the woods.
Yeah, Alex doesn't trust Vlad to have noticed all the problems.
Thanks.
Going out for just here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a step out of the tiny hut, and I'm going to basically close my eyes and try my damnedest to channel out Sylvia's chanting and hear the sounds of the woods.
Very good. Give me a perception roll. Yep. You don't hear real well. The noise from the hut is distracting you a little bit, but you definitely have the feeling that there is something moving beyond the trees. You cannot clearly identify it. It's just like a dark shadow to you. Something is out there on the wing. Something is out there on the wing.
The truth is out there.
All right. You going to do anything but just look? Or are you going to move towards it? Or are you going to do anything like that?
I'm entirely sure. I can see Vlad from where I am right now, right?
Yes. He's very clear to you because he's like highlighted with this glowing steed. The dark
Roughly how far
form.
away is he?
You can measure it. It's to scale.
Oh, it's set to scale? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so this is like right past us.
Yep.
Hey,
and-
So Alex is gonna head over to Vlad. There
okay.
is something going bump in the woods, and Victor is gone freaking frenzied. He is 100% sure that it is his sire, and he badly wants to kill him.
I am aware.
Then, want to help me convince the rest of the crew it's a good idea to go try and kill him? Or are we just gonna go take him on ourselves, you and I, like in the old days?
And it's
I was
Sylvia's
planning on
turn
killing-
for actions.
Seeing that this is working and keeping Victor lucid, she is just going to keep up with the performance.
All right. very good.
Curiosity, when I put down the dome, did I happen to encapsulate any part of a tree?
Not right there. No, there's no tree. The first tree that trunk is what, like 10 feet from you?
Damn. I was gonna say if I had actually caught like part of a tree, I'd say use the stakes and crucify Victor to the tree.
Oh, ouch. That but
Just to, that would keep him still. That would keep him still.
yeah, that would
For
do
real,
some,
though.
that may keep him dead. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty drastic. So maybe Victor is glad you didn't put down a tree. What else are you going to do? Anything else? Do you have to maintain concentration on this or anything like that? The song.
It's a thing bards can do at the start of their turn.
But I'm
That's
just
an
saying, is there any kind of restrictions, like can it be dropped by anything, or is it just an innate thing that doesn't require concentration?
I don't think it requires concentration, no.
I was also
Takes
going to ask,
some
is she at least able to grab the stake, since that would just be considered grabbing a weapon?
Yes.
Because I don't. It
That
would
would-
require an act.
I wouldn't consider that with what she's doing to be anything all that much. It would be a minor secondary action, so I wouldn't have any problem with her just picking up the stake.
Performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or if you voluntarily
By
end
the
it.
end. Yeah, I'm not voluntarily ending it, but
Right.
to get the stake, I'll make it as part of the performance, like a little acrobatics flip and grab.
Very good.
You ever watch the
Are
Joker
you
movie?
going to pick up the stake like Dirok asked you to?
Yeah, like I heard what he said. I just couldn't do anything in that moment because
Yeah.
it would count as an action. But because I'm still keeping up the performance, air quotes, I'm going to make that as part of the performance. You know, doing like a handstand flip thing and then grabbing it as she
Okay.
goes.
Okay. Very good. So you now have the stake in your possession while you are singing.
Yeah, which is
and
probably being
dancing.
like. Yeah, sorry, it's probably being twirled around like a baton at this point.
Very good. Vlad, you have had a comrade talking at your elbow. What are you going to do?
Vlad is going to show Alex exactly where this thing is. It is 60 feet from me. The range on Sacred Flame is 60 feet. So that is a DC 15? 15. DC 15 dexterity saving throw, which I'm sure it'll do because it is a vampire. But that's not the point. The point is to show Alex where it is.
Yes, he did his save. He was not harmed, but the area around him lights up briefly as the sacred flame flares through the air, and he is highlighted, and for a moment in the darkness you can clearly see this being who is a very thin, gaunt individual with pale hair, pale blonde hair, and a thin face, who is glaring at you through the darkness. He pulls back and away, dodging the flame, trying to keep from being hit, and is obviously irritated by... he gives you a look like, why are these gnats bothering me? And so,
And-
anything else you're going to do, Vlad?
Yes. Charging straight at him. DC 14 strength save.
Very good. And what are you attacking with?
Oh, that's the horse's
Just the
ability.
horse's ability? Okay. All right. He
that
rolls a 9 on strength. So he
That failed.
is
He is knocked
basic,
prone.
he is bowled over by your charge, and you hear a deep hiss come out of him. The intake of air. And for one moment in the glow of your horse and whatever, you can see his mouth open and fangs protruding out of the mouth.
Alright, so. First attack. Does 17 hit?
Just a moment, I'm putting a prone on him here so I know he's down. 17 hits, yes. And this is what, your hoof charge?
This is, yes. My horse gets hooves as a action, and then if it charges at an enemy, straight at an enemy for at least 20 feet, it's the trample, which means it has to do the strength save, and if it fails, it can do another hooves as a bonus action.
All right. He rolls a 16 on strength.
Oh, that was the 9 that you rolled already. Like when I
Oh,
charged
okay.
the 60 feet at him, that is
okay.
what would have triggered
Okay,
the
I
trample.
thought you meant there was another trample save on that. All right. Your trample hits him very clearly. The hooves of the horse hits him, but this is straight bludgeoning damage, correct?
Yes, this is regular bludgeoning damage. Only 3
He-
points.
He doesn't seem to take much damage from it. He just kind of seems to move away from it, and it doesn't seem to hit him as much as you would have expected on the damage. But clearly the horse's hooves did strike him as he was down. And it is Victor's turn, unless Vlad has another attack, which I don't believe he does.
Nope, I'm all done.
Should I make another wisdom save or what?
At this point, no, he is occupied and he is not doing anything. So you do not have to make a wisdom save against him. And does he have to keep making a save against what you're doing, Lynn? But it'll just affect him, period, right?
It doesn't say that anyone has to make a save against
Right.
anything. It's because I count Victor as a friendly member of the party.
Right.
It's a buff
So-
to him.
Yes, you have no saves that you have to do at all. And if you had to, you would have it as at an advantage, or would he just get a straight plus on it?
He would just get a straight advantage.
Okay.
So Victor keeps kind of humming like Sylvia's song is kind of a anchor for his mind, and he's like, you must kill him, or you will have to fight us both.
Bless you.
Is Victor going to take any overt action, since at the moment you are free to do so? You are not controlled.
Nope, I'm still grappling him.
Yeah, he's still basically like he's struggling because he can't really stop himself from struggling, but not like strongly.
Okay.
So like I'm not gonna roll an escape.
You're writhing in pain, but not struggling to escape, Dirok. I got it. And so that brings us up to this vampire on the outside, who will take half of his movement and stand up, and he will, let's see, I've got to make sure that this doesn't, okay. He will, why does this not have it? Should have it. He will strike out at Vlad as you trample through him, and will claw and bite at you as you go past.
All right.
Oops, and
It has disadvantage because he's prone.
no, he took half his movement to
Oh.
stand. So he rose. He's now standing again after the horse
Rise, my son.
hit him, and he is probably not hitting you. His clawing rolled a 13 and his bite rolled a 10, so I think you're pretty safe on that one.
Clink.
So you notice that as he is standing there, you have the sensation that he is phasing in and out. You, for a moment, you can see him, and then he seems to get like indistinct, and then as he did the attack, he became distinct again. There's something he is doing at this moment, but you notice that
Interesting.
something is going on there. Alex, let's see, no, Dirok, you're next up.
I look out to Alex, who had just ran out of the circle, and I'm muttering to myself, if he doesn't die out there, I'm gonna kill him myself. I'm gonna keep Victor held, and I'm gonna look over to Sylvia. They are going to die out there. We need to leave to help them. And I'm pretty much just gonna leave it for her, because if I know that she runs out, then I know that she's committed to helping. If she doesn't run out, then I know to pretty much stay in here with Victor and Sylvia.
Very good. Apotus, are you continuing your movement?
God.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. Like, is this mountainside dusty at all?
Oh, the road would probably be dusty, yes. You would
Because
probably have
yeah,
a rooster tail of dust behind you.
Anybody who could see it would probably see a single mounted, silver armored, golden, like sashed, golden faced entity barreling up this mountain path.
At
Oh
the
god
mo-
damn it, you put this.
Yeah. Especially Vlad.
Thunder damage.
With the positioning, Vlad and Alex would probably be able to notice him at this point.
The
Yeah,
two people that know him best.
Yep.
yep.
All the subtlety of the freight train.
Hey, what kind of psychotic paladin would he be if he didn't?
You still cannot visually see yourself, cannot see anything above the monastery walls. And it is so dark that even if something were above the walls, it would be very difficult for you to see at this point. So you're still basically galloping blind into you don't know what at this point. All right, so we are...
Watch Strahd not even be there yet.
Or at all.
Alexander?
Or in this entire game, there was no Strahd.
We
He
were
was actually a
Strahd.
puppet the entire time.
We were Strahd the whole time.
No, he's right. It was the puppet.
Hmm.
Oh, the child script. Okay, I really should have taken charging attack last turn because I'm always fucking just running up to catch people. I'm really cursing a lot today. I'm sorry, guys. So, Alex looks behind him. He sees that no one's come out of the hut to go with him, and, well, yeah, apparently I'm doing this alone. No, not alone. Apparently, Daryl's a
Excuse me.
coward.
Don't you know?
I have to take offense.
So,
It's
yes,
ultimately going to be up to Sylvia if I go out or not.
I'm gonna rephrase. Apparently, Duroc is spooked, and he's going to run full tilt up to this guy. That's about all he can do.
I have a
I still did a
question.
minor action, right?
I have a question. Was that IC?
Yeah, well, I mumbled it. I don't know if you can hear me.
Damn it. No. Okay, if you mumbled it, then I'm not going to. I was
Not
gonna say,
over
if you say
Victor
that,
screaming.
yeah, if you say that, I want to do a perception roll to see if I hear that.
If I still
but
have a
yes,
minor
you do
action,
still
I'm
have
gonna
your-
set up to see if what happens if this guy moves away.
Well, he can't move away right now, but did you use more than your movement to get over there? You'll still have an action.
I know I had to use. I had to burn my action. It's 60 feet.
Okay.
I had to run full tilt, clank, 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 clank. Actually, more chink, chink,
Yeah,
chink,
right.
chink.
You're kind of a chink, chink, chink type. All right, so that brings us up to Sylvia, what is she going to do?
Out there, facepalm, shrug at Duroc, and motion for him to leave, but she's gonna keep up the performance, and if Victor stays, at least someone will make sure he doesn't go full crazy again.
Okay, so she continues her performance while motioning it during the performance, indicating to Duroc to go help the others. Vlad.
Yeah.
No.
Vlad is first. Does it take an action to flip down my eye patch?
No. I'll consider that a free action.
Okay, well I will flip down my eye patch then. Does he any more
Well, he
or
can-
less rather?
Well, he can clearly see with that eye patch down that this guy is an undead. He is silhouetted, definitely has the aura on it that indicates to you, but in the direction you're looking, you do not see anything more. Give me a
That's fine.
perception roll. Let me see.
Perception.
Yeah, it'd have to be, well, it is really high. You actually, as you kind of swing your head around, you notice like a single entity in the sky that is very far from you and starting to move over the monastery.
He is here.
Yeah, he is, right in front of us. Okay, what else is Vlad going to do?
I am, well, first, I'm going to cast Daylight, because what could possibly go wrong? Casting Daylight on myself.
Okay, 60-foot radius. You cast Beacon on yourself. Okay.
Pretty much.
So the woods flares out 60 feet. That's radius, yeah, 60-foot radius. And are you let's see, what's the additional 60 feet?
I fixed it. The first
bright
60
light,
feet is
okay,
bright
dim
light,
Okay,
and
dim
the,
light.
yeah, the
Right.
second 60 feet is dim light.
Okay, so the entire woods lights up in this daylight.
Everyone in Krezk knows there's something going down.
Yeah, if anybody is out or
I just
wants to
turned
be
on
out,
the sun.
yes, the sun has come out. The sun will come out.
Hold up. Where is this AOE?
Not in the hut.
Yes, it
Cells can
is.
pass through it.
That's true. As long as the hut is up, you're safe.
Yeah. So still, if Victor stays with Sylvia, he's still safer than going out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Victor can, yeah, I guess Victor
You
can
see the
through
daylight.
the hut,
It's just
yeah.
not affecting you.
He his eyes go wide, and he is suddenly he is wholly like committed to staying inside of the hut. Right?
Yes.
I've turned on the sun. That was my action. My bonus action is going to be to cast Sanctuary on myself. So anything that tries to attack me now has to do a Wisdom saving throw.
All right.
And my horse, it also affects my horse. Because, fine steed.
Okay.
Crazy.
And with that, it is Victor's turn.
All right.
Oh.
Victor kind of looks through the wall of the hut, and he's like, "Ugh! What does he think he is doing?" Ugh! And he is trying to now struggle towards the center of the hut and be as far away from the edge as possible.
Kind of putting his hands over his eyes as he goes, ah! All right. The creature in front of you, Vlad, screams and clearly has been burnt. Just a second, let me take off his start of turn damage.
That's so much damage.
He takes 20 radiant damage when he starts his turn in sunlight. And he has disadvantage on attack and ability checks.
Yep.
He screeches in pain as this is doing it, and for a moment he shimmers into a misty form. Let's see, he is no longer prone. Let me get that off of him because that will get in the way of what else is going on. He shimmers into a mist form, and the mist begins to rise off the ground. All the while, he is screeching in pain from what is going on with the daylight.
Well, this is very interesting. Also, I will say that I never got my horse.
You never got your horse what?
My horse didn't get to make his action. No,
Okay.
It's not that it'll do much. Never mind. It won't.
He's
Wasn't it a
welcome.
holy creature, but
Well, it doesn't seem to do anything but regular bludgeoning damage, in spite of...
Yes,
Okay.
and this thing seems to have either immunity or resistance to bludgeoning damage. That's not really going to do anything.
Probably should grab
You're-
the fancy sword.
You are welcome to take the hoof attack, however, just to see if you can get a point or something off of it. That is a hit, so is that, yeah, that's 8 bludgeoning, so that would be 4. All right, Dirok.
I see the daylight. I let go of Vlad. Victor. I don't know why I keep calling him Vlad. Vlad is a vampire name.
Vlad is kind of a vampire.
Yeah, and there's
Exactly.
so
Yeah,
many
I
V's.
like. Yeah. So
I
I
thought
let
we
go
got
of
over this like months ago.
Yeah,
We did, and
We
now
do
we've
it
forgotten
regularly.
At
about
the
it.
start of the campaign, Riz, you and I mix up the names like 3 times. And then ever since then, we have never done it again. These fools, however, is a different story.
I've been waiting for you to screw it up because I said if you kept doing it, you'd have to change your name.
Oh,
So
no.
I've been keeping a close eye on you.
All right.
We
So,
just call them both Black Turd.
No. Rejected.
Maybe when we sew them together.
which may be
okay.
soon. Anyways, so yeah, I let go of Victor. I throw him down. Since I see the daylight, I look over to Sylvia and I tell him if he starts turning the gun, you get out straight away. Since I guess I would technically be prone because I was grappling him to the ground, I would have to use up half my speed
Yes.
to get up.
Yes,
All
you
right.
guys had been down
But I
on the
would-
ground.
All right. I am gonna go ahead and book it. Would I be able to still use my bonus action if I
Yes.
use my
You
normal
can-
action?
You can use half your regular movement plus your full bonus action dash movement.
What I meant was that. Oh wait, yeah, no. Bonus action is to dash, right? I can't use.
Right, it's the dash
Okay, then-
action. You take the dash action and you use up your
Oh.
action in the process of dashing. Or you can just move half your movement and then you still have an action.
Right. So I'm at 60. So about right there.
Yeah, and you have half your, 60, yeah, that would be, you have 30-foot movement?
I have 40. So I would use half, which would be 20 plus an additional 40.
Okay, yes.
Yep. All right, and then I can use a bonus action, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Bonus action, rage.
Okie doke. You are raging. Grr. So let's get you a. I am pumped
Definitely
up.
play it like he. Sorry, hold on. Like,
You are pumped up. We will pump you up. And it is
play it like you heard what Alex said.
a POTUS. Let's see. Okay, so he's up there getting close to the monastery. All right, at that point he would see rounding going into the monastery this massive group of wolves. He would estimate that there are 3 very large wolves in the lead and possibly 20 to 30 wolves streaming behind the 3 big ones in the lead that would be more normal sized. Give me another. No, it's still too dark to see that. You wouldn't be able to see that.
Is
so-
it?
Yes, from where
It's the big one.
in your area there is daylight, not where this is involved. He does not see what I'm referring to because it is dark. So he wouldn't notice what else is going on. All right. So we are then. POTUS now is in visual range of wolves. He can clearly see them. You would notice that one of the large wolves in front is exceptionally large, larger than the others, probably the alpha leader or some kind of strong person in the front, and they are heading into the front gate of the monastery walls. They are going into the big yard inside the walls of the thing. They are not headed. They are not headed for you. They are headed into the monastery in force. Which brings us
So-
to
One wolf. There's one wolf that's very large. And then there's a bunch of other wolves.
There's one very large wolf, two unusually large wolves behind him, and then behind him, say, roughly 30 wolves that look like they're normal wolves.
Okay. That's about as far as I can go anyway, so.
Going about as far as he can go. Alexander?
Finally made it up to the beastie, and the beastie doesn't seem to be very pokeable. Alex is going to... Damn, I forgot. I really should have picked up that frickin' sword.
Well, you wouldn't be able to use it yet anyway. We haven't rested.
I have to attune to it.
No, one, Alex doesn't know that. Two,
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
that in character.
I really should have picked up that frickin' sword. He knows right now this thing is relatively... It looks ethereal, to use the phrase. He's got a feeling he's not going to be able to hit him. He's going to take a swing at it anyway. Poke.
And that is a regular pole arm. You
I like
actually...
him as regular forearm.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not magic. You seem to cause one section of the mist to kind of substantiate for a moment. It's like you actually managed to touch something, but then it seems to kind of close back in, and only a little bit of it seems damaged. But it looks like you did a small amount of damage on the creature when you did that. And we are up to Sylvia.
I was going to say, I have a second attack.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
forgetting.
'Cause,
Sylvia's going to be singing anyway, so I know that she'll just be singing her heart out.
Actually, since I don't have to since I'm looking at this, it does not say I have to concentrate. I just have to keep doing the performance, and nothing. There's no concentration to it. I can actually do something.
Okay, so in just a moment, let me finish up Alexander,
Yeah.
and then you can
That's
do
fine.
yours. So your second attack?
There. Actually, 19's not bad either. I'm rolling pretty well tonight.
Yep, that hits as well, and a small. Once again, you see
I'm
that
gonna-
slight solidification, and then the mist closes back in around it.
Hacking another ability, goading. It's DC 14 Wisdom save. If they fail it, they have disadvantage against everyone but me. Alex is going to flash his bloodied arm in front of the vampire and said, "It's
I
me
thought you-
you're coming for."
I thought you were going to say Alex is going to flash the vampire.
That would be interesting. If the more you know about this vampire, the more interesting it would
Oh
become.
my! Oh my!
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't think the vampire is
They're
Go
not
on.
particular. Yeah, he rolls an 18 against it, and
pass. Or
and
there's an additional 7 damage from the attacking.
even though he saved,
The attack, it just basically adds DA damage and then something special on top of it. For example, I have a chance of tripping, or a chance of, in this case,
Okay. but
goading.
okay, so even though he saved, he still takes the damage.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority die to attempt to goad the target into attacking you. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage pool, and then the target must make a wisdom saving throw. So the saving throw is
Okay.
totally separate from the damage.
It
Damage just happens to be an extra D8,
Okay.
and then, some nice spice on top.
So he takes another 3 damage. Okay.
There's 7 in the gut.
No, he doesn't take the 7. You hurt his ego terribly. And so Sylvia, what other action are you going to take?
Disney princess us a, what do you call that?
I'm gonna make sure I'm towards the edge of the, not like going across it, but just at the edge.
Uh-huh.
Crap, I can't actually cast out. I forgot about that. So never mind. I'm gonna stay here and keep Victor safe.
Very good. You and Victor are locked in a performance. It is
Yes,
the act that
Singing Kumbaya,
never
my lord.
ends.
So, So for the sake of it, I was actually going to throw a heal on Duroc and then dispel magic on the vampire because I can actually hit both. But it's like, since I can't cast out, curse my own abilities.
Vlad, what are you doing?
You stick your head out.
Vlad.
Oh, finally.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about casting Dispel Magic. Well, his horse is going to do hooves.
Okay. Takes 5 damage.
Why can't I get this right? It's... Okay. There we go. Now I've got the macro right. Okay, so that happens. And then... I will... Let me double check the specific of Sanctuary real quick. Makes an attacker cast a spell that affects an enemy creature. The spell ends. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hold my turn until Duroc is within touch range of me, and I will cast Cure Wounds on Duroc. Duroc, come to me for healing.
Very good. That will enact when Derek gets in range. Victor, what are you doing?
So Victor, upon being released from this grapple, kind of flips himself right side up and scrambles to the center of the tent on all fours like an animal. And he kind of has his limbs and his individual fingers kind of splayed out as he is kind of like looking around in a very twitchy kind of manner, still kind of humming along with Sylvia's tune with great intensity.
Victor, I told you that meth was a bad idea.
All
I
right.
wasn't the one that smoked it.
The vampire in front of you hisses again at you, although you cannot see the face now. It is mist, and it uses the disengage action, and it moves away from you. So it would move about to here. However, it still takes another 20 damage.
I will say, that does trigger Alex's thing, because Alex's thing is not an opportunity attack.
Yep, it's not. It's literally anytime anything moves, I have the opportunity to. I'll post it again.
As a reaction.
Yes, so go ahead and take your damage.
I've lost my sheet again. It's the attack. There's
That
time
is
to fall.
not a hit.
Oh yeah, 14's pretty low. And
14
7
is
was
not a hit.
damage.
Yeah, 14 is not a hit. 7 is disadvantage, but yeah. Your advantage is the 14.
Yeah.
But yeah, you missed as you didn't expect this whole miss thing in the movement, so it kind of took you by surprise as he just like melted away from you, and he is rising as he does so. He is now up like tree height, the top of the tree height, as he moved away. All right, but he did take damage from the daylight. All right, so we are up to Duroc.
Alright, Duroc moves up to Vlad.
How high
Cast
does
Cure
the
Wounds.
how
Hold on.
high?
Well, here, let me see how far that is. That is
Vlad,
30
how
feet.
high does the daylight extend?
It's a 60-foot radius and then another 60-foot radius, so it's a dome.
Yeah, it'd be a 60-foot dome. All right.
So,
Alright, so-
it goes up 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
So here's my Cure Wounds. Plus 3 is 8.
Plus 8. I'm gonna continue. Oh, and what?
Because of my 6th level cleric feature, that also restores hit points to me.
Oh, nice. Alright, I am gonna continue the rest of my normal movement of 10 feet, which is about right there. And since I'm not within range of the spear, I'm gonna grab a javelin and toss it.
Very good.
Just so that I can have my 1 attack per turn so I don't have to lose rage. And let me just find javelin. I'm assuming that's a hit.
And I seem to have something on him that shouldn't be there. There's a heart and a 4, which I did not put on him. I don't know where that came from. And you hit with the javelin. There is another angry yell from the mist as it rises.
Alright, and with extra attack, am I able to whip out another javelin, or would that consider be rearming myself?
Would you normally be able to throw 2 javelins on an attack? I would expect it's normally.
I have no idea. It
No,
just says
under
extra
normal-
attack. I can make a second attack. That's why I'm asking. I'm
No,
assuming
that
a
would be
ranged weapon I would not be able to.
No, that's not a ranged weapon. That is a melee weapon.
Okay, then yeah, then I only do the 1 javelin throw.
Okay. So we are back to a POTUS who now is going to be rounding the corner here, and things may
Yep.
start to happen.
He'll be coming around the corner.
So he
when
goes
you
the
go.
full regular movement for his horse. And yeah, he totally rounds the corner.
He'll be coming around the
Are you
corner.
going to
when
do
you
any
go.
action?
I mean, have they gone in yet, or are they currently passing through?
They are currently passing through. Let me get them actually onto the turn order here. They really should be. So I've got to get them. Their markers up where it can be seen on the turn order.
Well, in that case, I mean, I'm already here. I've come to speak with your master.
I've come to parley.
There is a snarl from
On the budget?
the wolves. Nothing intelligible comes out of them. So you're just yelling at them at this point, not doing anything else?
And I guess technically my mount takes the dash action, but he's not like charging them. He's just
Getting very close to them.
just
Okay.
getting very close, and Epotus is just staring down. He has his shield in one hand, and he's got his sword, sword hand gripping the rein. But he's getting in position to just use his legs.
As you get within that close, you close range to them, you notice again that the large group of wolves behind them look very normal. The 3 wolves in front turn with saliva dripping out of their fangs, and they bare their fangs towards you, and their eyes are glowing red. Alexander.
Not aware of all of this. And Alex he gapes for a second. I did not know vampires can fly like that.
Normally they can't.
I know they can do the bad thing, but
Usually they can only transform when they are not in sunlight.
this is a bit beyond my reach. Ha 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 ha. May have made a bad choice. All right,
The night of bad choices.
kid. Put away my polearm and pull out my crossbow, but that's a full action.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got a new crossbow.
I lost the old one.
Yeah, but he got a new one out of the armory.
Oh, so he's going to do exactly that, and this guy went about 40 feet up in the air.
He's not even that high. He's probably only, the tree is probably only like 10 feet above you. So he's just a little more than the distance that it actually measures.
I didn't take that ability. That would let me get enough reach to be able to poke him still. Oh well. Alex is just going to kind of trot up behind him and say, "Hey, get back here!" As he hastily loads his crossbow. It's like all I can do.
Very good. And now, from above you, Apotis, you notice flying like a bat out of hell.
Sorry.
You notice flying like a bat out of hell is a large flock of bats. They are flying fairly high. They are probably 60 to 70 feet in the air, well above ground level. And they are flying at a rapid pace towards the monastery. They are not flying towards you.
Mupotis has seen these bats before in his town, and he just keeps his ground.
And one of the bats, for a moment, circles out of the pack of the others and circles towards the wolves. You get a feeling that it is either observing or doing something. It seems to be watching what is going on. It circles briefly towards you and then moves back again towards the monastery. And the wolf pack, the smaller wolves, all move forward towards you. Let's see what our distances are here, make sure I don't move it, and they can move within that, I believe, once I find the wolf pack.
Since I did not take my action, I'm just letting you know I'm keeping the dragon roar as a prepared action.
Okay.
It does not use a spell. It does not use a spell slot, so I don't lose it at the end of the round.
Okay, so these wolves swing around and they begin to encircle you from different directions. They are moving through to try and circle around you. Sylvia.
Pretty much just gonna look back at Victor and go, still keeping up the performance for right now is pretty much just going to start asking him if he's okay. Do you think you can do you think you can gain control of yourself? Your friends need your help. You can't lose to this guy.
I mean, to be fair, he can't do a whole lot to help right now.
No, I mean, there's daylight and stuff like that, but if I move away, then that ends his protection and whatnot. So, yeah.
Victor replies, "My sire's pull is etched into the fabric of my being. It is all I can do to stay here, to hide from the light."
She just nods and just keeps it going.
Vlad?
I will say that if this mist form is the vampire's basic shapeshifter ability, it specifically says you cannot shapeshift while in daylight.
Remember I said that he was already shifting, that you saw him flicker in and out?
Okay, that's what I was asking about. You said he was only like 20 feet up?
Yeah.
Vlad will ride over directly underneath him. I'll move to the left a little bit so you can get an actual angle.
Does your sunlight move with you, or is it fixed?
It is cast on me. It is centered on me.
I am Vladislav, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Feel the burn.
I am the morning lord. Come again.
Yeah, pretty much.
I am the Dawn Lord Reborn.
No,
I
Lord of
had
Light.
a little thing of cardstock somewhere that had a list of cleric-y things that I can say when I do cool stuff, but I lost it, so I'm sad.
Make a new one. Make a new one.
I will cast Thorn Whip, which will end my Sanctuary spell, but it will pull him, if it hits, it will pull him 10 feet closer to me.
Nope.
How did you get Thorn?
And I'm not sure how it would affect mist form.
It's magic.
I can't picture a whip wrapping around an indeterminate mist.
But it is a magic thorn, so
Well, like-
it's
Have you ever seen a dust
Don't
devil
roll
like
Slayer.
get hit by a fence or hit a fence and like stop? Like that's kind of what I'm picturing happening.
that's really up to you.
Yeah, it didn't hit, so it's a moot question, but I am considering
Regardless, it doesn't
it
hit.
would not have quite the desired effect, but it would have some. A dust devil is not stopped by a fence, only deterred a little bit. So there would be some resistance if you did strike it, but in this case you did not, so it is moot. So we move on to Victor, who I assume is staying put.
Yep.
Does he have anything
I'm just
that he wants to do at all?
Nope, he's going to stay exactly where he is, humming along to the counter charm.
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to keep the sunlight damage on it.
Right. He will take the 20 for starting in the thing. And he is having more and more trouble maintaining the mist form, but he rises rapidly at like a sloped angle. He's not rising straight up because it goes too high in the sky. He is like going sideways and up, trying to get out of range. He will move his full dash action, which will take him right to the edge of the bright sunlight at this point, but he did take the 20 for beginning his turn in it.
Good
So
question to ask you real quick. Does the dim light in the sunlight still apply the 20 damage because it is still sunlight?
no, it's only the bright light that affects him.
Okay.
So that's why he's trying to get out. So at this point in time, he's not starting his turn in sunlight. But I imagine you'll take care of that too.
Yeah. I'm running straight up the side of the hill.
Well, you'll be on difficult terrain when you go up the side of the hill, so be aware you will be slowed considerably at that point. Dirok,
How far up is he? I heard 20. Did he go any higher?
yes, he is rising at an angle, so I would say he is probably now, he moved 60 feet, he is probably about 40 feet over the ground now.
All right. So here, let's go 40. I'm gonna give chase. So it was about here, and I'm gonna go and throw another javelin at him.
You're attacking
Definitely
the
not.
darkness.
Hello,
Oh, that
darkness,
video.
my old friend.
I called the darkness, but I didn't get the answer. I had to leave a message.
I was born in the darkness.
All right. Meanwhile,
Can you imagine
back
if
at the
like I was still
monastery.
there and he runs into me?
Yeah, I was wondering what would happen if that did occur. Yeah. Anyway, back at the monastery, the 3 large wolves immediately close in and they attack. Now you had a prepared action.
So they're closing to the moment any number of them are particularly the 3 big ones are within 10 feet, he just lets out a deafening roar.
They would all be within 10 feet. The big ones, I mean. The first pack of the regular wolves, is this... Yeah, they'd be within 10 feet as well. Is this something that is in a line, or is it something that's...
10-foot aura.
Okay, so it is an aura.
Or no, it's 30 foot.
30 feet, okay.
So it's like that.
Yeah, okay, good. That'll help. So everything in that range is, let's see, 14
DC
wisdom.
14 whiz or feared.
The large wolves saved. The
Well, this
Regular.
did not work out.
The regular wolves, however, did not. And there is a howl of terror from the entire pack nearest you as they turn tail and obviously are preparing to start moving away from you. But the 3 large wolves were able to resist your fear, so you at least are down some of them. So they are going to bite at you. Single. They have advantage if one of their pack is within 5 feet, so they would have advantage on this. 12 does not hit on one. 19 hits on the second one. And 24 hits on the third one, but that is not a crit. So you would take 11 and 12 is 23 piercing damage from 2 attacks.
Okay.
And so that brings us to your
Okay.
actual attack.
Yeah, so horse is gonna hoof one in the face.
All right. And that is a hit. Pick which one you hit.
Whichever, probably the biggest one, just hoof right in the face. And then, yeah, screw it. We'll do a bonus action, divine favor. So I get a little blessing on my whippy.
Okay.
And I'll take a swipe at the first one.
The alpha.
Yep.
All right. That is a
And swipe
hit.
at him. And then I'll swipe at him again.
All right. So let's see. Both of those are hits. So we have 12 plus 12 is 24 damage on him. And you definitely did some major injuries to the alpha. There is blood streaming out of its side. It is clearly quite injured. Is that it?
Then he's going to call out towards the bat and he doesn't. He has no idea if this bat can even hear him at all. But if there's any bat in this cloud of frickin' nightmares that is doing something different, he's just assuming it's Strahd. And
You can tell that this bat is something abnormal because it
something
is
different,
way,
at least.
way larger than a normal
At
bat.
the very least, it's probably some sort of transformed creature, and he just roars out that he came up here with good faith and is now being attacked.
Very
Typical paladin.
This is against the rules.
or like he basically shouts something akin to that he's demanding parlay or
I demand respect.
fair conduct or something like that.
Doramu, I have come to bargain.
That's it.
Very good. And so, Alexander, what are you going to do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
This ghost-like creature is still running from him, so he's gonna keep chasing. He's gonna keep huffing and puffing behind. Just get. Why do they always run? Why do they always run?
Because they cannot stand against us.
Fucking. Apparently. Now I know crossbows have like a reloading thing. I believe it takes your bonus action unless you have a feat.
No, it's what crossbows is it unless you have the crossbow expert free, you can only fire 1 bolt from a crossbow per turn.
Right.
No matter the amount
Really?
of attacks you normally have.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh my
advantage
God.
of longbows over crossbows in 5e.
5e, man. Well, I only have a crossbow, so I got one shot for potential of 1 damage.
And that is a hit, but in this case, it seems to pass right through him and doesn't do any damage at all. It just
Alex
poofs
is
right through
still
that.
jogging and awkwardly reloading his weapon. Come on, man.
And
Is
the
there no more opposies anyway?
the bat continues to fly towards the monastery. He's still within your sight because he's so far above the walls, Apple, but Ippotus, I need to start calling you Ippo.
Be a dick and ignoring me.
Yeah, he's ignoring you. Um,
I found my thing.
this is good to know. So he just keeps on flying towards the monastery. And we are up to the wolf pack, which, let's see, that other effect has ended. They will again move to encircle you. They'll move around you, and you are completely encircled now by wolves. They will attack with their bites. What's your armor?
Well, everybody, it was so nice to see myself in the new intro that I made.
Right?
My new character is
This is so mean to our
Apple,
artist.
I know
She
you
was
like
just
Old, so I
doing
didn't think
so
you liked
well.
them.
She just finished all the artwork, and now she's gonna have to make a new character.
no. This one's just gonna be like a stick figure.
It's Apple. I know you like Ols. I didn't think you liked them this much.
I do not like them this much.
He might be wearing a wolf coat, or they might be wearing an Ippotus coat. One of the two.
It depends on what happens on my next turn, but yeah.
Ooch. Okay, so 2 of the packs managed to hit. You took a total of 17 damage.
Are you still up?
He's wobbly, but he's still up.
I'm still up.
And with that, we are moving to Sylvia, who's singing and dancing, I assume.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'll move on since I think Lynn is just doing the same thing there. You guys are kind of stuck at the moment. Let's see, is that tent out of the range
Not
yet?
quite.
Okay. So Vlad.
I will be on my next turn.
Yeah, it is Vlad's turn.
Vlad is marching, well, riding 120 feet straight towards it. And you said going up the hill is difficult terrain. What are the dimensions?
You will have, once you strike the bottom of the spear point thing, you will
There's little
have,
spikes here?
yes, you will have half movement from there up to the road.
Oh, that's only 20 feet. So that is 50, I have a total of 120 feet of my horse stashes. So that's 50 feet to here. $60, $70, $80, $85 feet will put me right here. And so 15. And that will get me right to the edge of the next layer of spikes. The rest of my movement will get me right to the edge. And I will cast Sacred Flame on this flying misty piece of trash. Oh, I get to say one thing. I am the disciple of the thunder, lord of the morning. You have challenged the son of the sun.
Lathander son.
Son, S-O-N, of the sun, S-U-N. In any case, DC 15 deck save. Man, I cannot wait until the next level up.
And he fails. So he
Goosh.
took
13 damage.
Woo.
Just poofs.
Woo. And we now come to Victor, who I assume is staying put. And I will move
Yep.
until Victor tells me otherwise. I will move past to the vampire, which immediately turns face about and moves the other direction. And
He's still alive?
yes, he dashes the other way as fast as he can move. Again,
Well,
rising again. He is now about 80 feet over the ground, but he is over the
do anything.
village. And since he took a dash action, he can't do much either. So we shall see. Victor, you may wind up being freed up here in a moment, but you are
Yeah,
no
Victor
longer
is
in
gonna calm down thanks to the
sun.
distance.
You are now no longer in sunlight as well. Dirok,
All right.
Ooh, excuse me. I see it.
it is
Oh,
now
yeah,
about
that's
80
well within
feet.
range.
Yeah, it's
I am
about-
going to go ahead.
Remember, it is about 80 feet above the ground.
Yep, I can still throw stuff. I will whip out another Yeah, no, I'm not going to risk the blood spear. I don't think I can throw it either. I know it's versatile for one or two-handed, but I don't think it has a throwing range.
It didn't write it up as a thrown weapon, so I don't believe so.
Yeah. So, yep, just going to throw another javelin. I'm assuming 13 misses.
Yes, it does. Okay.
Moment of truth.
The wolves, at that moment, there is a bit of a commotion as the wolves are closing in on you with their fangs dripping. There is a commotion at the gate, and the two mongrel folk appear at the gate. And they scream out, "There's no time for this! The Lord is approaching!" And there is a snarl and one more attack from the dire wolves. The other wolves continue to circle around you, but the dire wolves, they are very focused on you, and so they will attack one more time. And they do an additional, your armor class is 16.
No, it's not. No, it's 19.
19, okay.
Weren't-
Then they
weren't-
missed.
Weren't they frightened?
No,
Not the dire
the
wolves.
the three ones weren't.
These
These
in
weren't.
fact,
This
I
one
should have-
was. These two are unaffected.
I should have
Oh,
moved
okay.
these away. They would have run away from you, but they weren't the ones that hit anyway. They missed. They actually missed. So
Oh, wow.
they took a swipe at you with their fangs because they only rolled a 17 and they don't have advantage. So they took a swipe at you with their fangs, but then they turn and look over their shoulder and they begin to move away. You will get one attack of opportunity on the wolf of your choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the one that I've been hitting, the one that's been kind of a dick to me this whole time.
Yep. That does not hit.
Of course it doesn't.
And it is your actual turn.
Oh man. I'm torn between the tactically intelligent decision and the one that presses his oath.
You can't carry out your oath if you're dead.
Remember your lunchtime game.
Yeah, I know, but like, what's the point of being a paladin if you can't be stupid?
You see, that's probably what they were
Plus
thinking.
5! Or plus 3 for wisdom saves.
It's not a save; it's a check. He's not saving against anything. He's got the okay. So In the back of his mind, he hears Vlad say, "You can't take out Strahd if you're dead," and he knows that they just barely missed him this time, and they did do a significant amount of damage the first time. So, he's going to take the dodge action, and his horse would have also got an attack of opportunity.
Yes, I suppose it would have. You're correct. And that would hit, so you did an additional 10 damage to the alpha. At that
And just kind of a screw you, dude. And so he's taking the dodge action, and his horse is taking the dash action, and he's withdrawing.
Look at my horse.
And I'm like you were saying, it's difficult terrain down, but you can't go up. Is that what it was?
No, you can go up. It's difficult terrain basically either way, but it's basically coming up. I really slow you down, whereas going down, you could slip and slide going down, and probably wouldn't.
Okay,
slow you too
would
much.
the horse be able to slip and slide down to about here?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what he's gonna do.
Welcome to the sun.
Holy shit!
And this is the first sun you
But
felt
the
since you came into
but the whole time but before he turns, he calls out, and he says something scathing to the effect of, "I guess you don't want this then."
This is the first sun you felt since you've been in Barovia. Enjoy it.
He doesn't. Do they take swipes at my horse, or?
How does the dodge affect the?
So dodge means that attacks against Epotus have disadvantage, and
But against the horse, would it have any effect?
Hold on, 50, 70. No. The horse. Oh, shit! I have not been taking the dash action. Holy crap! Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have a lot more movement.
Yeah. So the 60. That's one movement there. Yeah, he's going to take the dash and try to get further down. So he's going to get all the way down there.
So they would have
To answer your
swiped
question-
at
They
the
would.
horse.
They would. Yeah. So they would be able to swipe at the horse or have disadvantage to
What
swipe
is
at
the
me.
horse's armor?
The horse's armor.
Unbarded, it's 11.
Yeah.
Then
So
one
this
of them
may be
hit.
very funny.
One of them hit for 8 damage. One pack hit for 8 damage.
Yeah, that's fine. Horse has 19 hit points.
Okie dokie.
All right. So
And he's heading straight for the pool.
Alexander,
I'm gonna go swimming.
you have a chance to try to chase this creature down one more time, Alexander.
Alexander is going to run a little bit closer to it and take aim a minute, see the thing's 80 feet plus in the air, and just think, I'm going to wait for a better opportunity to shoot this thing. This is just kind of like, you can't really shoulder a crossbow, but I feel kind of pointless doing this. And I'm going to hold my action for see if anyone else does anything that's going to give me any better chance to hit this thing.
Okay.
Hold my action for, can I say specifically for anyone either to apply a buff to me or a debuff to the enemy?
Repeat that.
Can I hold an action specifically for if someone buffs me or debuffs an enemy before I take my next shot?
Yeah, you can hold it for a single turn.
I don't know which version it is has it. You have to declare a specific thing you're waiting
do.
on.
Yes.
Like
yes.
You could say I'm waiting for Vlad to shoot guiding bolt or whatever.
Didn't want to be that meta or that specific, but yeah, basically, I'm waiting for Vlad to fire his guiding bolt to light up the target before I try and use my AA gun.
Basically.
You'll only get one attack, but
You only get one attack anyway. It's a crossbow.
Okay, so Sylvia is busy. Vlad, what are you doing?
Vlad, well, he is now out of the 60-foot radius. You said he's 80 feet above the ground, right?
Yes.
And while my daylight can't do anything else, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Now, how far does the daylight go, and
The
where's
full-
the point
the
of
full-
origin?
The full daylight extends in the first tight circle in the middle. The other is dim light. You can see it, but it is not bright daylight level that will harm a vampire. So, for
Okay,
example,
where's the point of origin? Is it on
Vlad.
Vlad?
It's on Vlad.
Okay.
The auras that I gave myself are the 2 levels of daylight.
I don't see the aura.
you don't see the aura that's on him?
no,
I don't-
the token has to have it checked for us to see.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me check it so that you guys can see what is going on here. Aura 1 and Aura 2. There we go. And save. Now you should see it.
There we go. Okay, now I can see it.
That's okay. Yeah, so
That's a ways.
that's quite a yeah. So
In any
Epotus
case.
can see.
Epotus can see.
So basically, Epotus turns. He's been dealing with that. He sees like sunshine blast through or whatever, and he turns and he hauls ass, and there's just this ray of like, streaking through.
Yep. The Lord heard us!
And then you see a laser come out.
Okay, guiding bolt and 20 hits.
Yes!
And 22. And they're both radiant damage. So he takes.
Both radiant damage. And the next attack on this thing has advantage.
Which means the crossbow fires out now that he's lit up nicely in the air. The 16 hit.
Yes, the 16 hit, but it, in spite of the fact that it would have hit, it zings through empty space as the mist suddenly explodes and evaporates in the middle of the air.
Yeah, we did it! We killed a
Victor.
single vampire.
It's not like we haven't killed them before, but
Victor suddenly feels the clouds part, and he no longer feels or hears a voice in the back of his head. You
All
are
right,
more free than you have been in decades.
So at this point, Victor is suddenly going to just slowly stand up and walk out of the tiny hut. And he begins laughing. I am free! Free at last!
I mean,
He's having fun.
This sounds like an evil man's laughter.
It really
I don't
does.
feel comfortable with this kind of laughter.
I am totally fine
From
with
the,
this.
from the monastery, you hear a man's scream of absolutely vitrolic fury.
Fuck you, Strahd! You'll get yours!
That was perfect.
And that is where we will end it, as you hear this rending, furious scream that blows away on the wind for the night. That is the end of tonight's episode. Thank you for tuning in or for watching us on video. Be sure and look for us in August. We will be featured in the issue 21 of Dragon Plus magazine. If you don't have it, you can get it on a phone app or you can find it online. It is an e-magazine put out by Wizards of the Coast. So be sure and subscribe, and we will be featured in that article. It is an article on basically that any age can play, and it's going to be a fun issue. So
But before we break, can I share one petty thing?
Of course.
In response to Strahd's behavior this whole evening. I would just like to share this. Yeah, thanks, Strahd.
It's not focusing quite
That's for
right.
But it's Strahd sitting in his chair lifting his glass of wine. I recognize the picture, yep. Oh, that's that famous Strahd picture.
It's a specific shirt that he has on. We can't really see because the monitor is too bright.
Well,
for the webcam,
sorry, my camera is a POS.
Maybe we can post a link along with the YouTube.
There we
video.
go.
Yeah, give me the link of the picture and I'll use it as part of the thing. What is that?
Oh, it's the wolves shirt.
Oh, the 3 wolves shirt. Okay, yeah. Okay, very good. All right. So you have angered a powerful enemy. I need to get a copy of the ESO Dolman thing from Moog Ball. Anyway, we will leave it, and I thank you all for tuning in. We will see you again next week, where they pick up the pieces and find out what is going on at the monastery or try to go repair their wounds. We will see what they do. They survived the night of bad choices. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. That would be great, Apo. The magic card.
This was a tough one.